My stepbrother, Julian, smirked when he saw the battered leather briefcase I placed on the sleek glass table. Did you bring your middle school art projects, Leo? Because if you're here to beg for a share of Dad's architectural firm, save your breath. My stepmother, Victoria, didn't even look up from her phone. She simply sighed, Julian, please. Let the boy sit. It's a tragedy his mother left him nothing but poor manners, but we must show some charity today. I didn't say a word. I just sat at the far end of the boardroom, resting my hands on the old briefcase that belonged to my late father. When my father married Victoria 10 years ago, my life changed. Julian became the golden child, instantly showered with private schooling, sports cars, and an executive vice president title at my father's prestigious architecture firm the moment he graduated. Meanwhile, I was pushed to the sidelines, working late nights in the drafting room as a low-level assistant, barely earning enough to pay rent on my tiny apartment. My father passed away 3 weeks ago. Since then, Victoria and Julian had already started planning a massive expansion of the firm, locking me out of my father's old office entirely. The family lawyer, Mr. Vance, walked into the room carrying a thin manila envelope. He looked exhausted, his eyes darting nervously between Victoria and me. Before we read the final distribution of the estate, Mr. Vance said, his voice trembling slightly, I need to review the primary clause regarding the ownership of the flagship project, the Meridian Tower. Victoria scoffed. There is nothing to review, Vance. My late husband clearly stated in his preliminary will that the Meridian design, and the multi-million-dollar contract that comes with it, belongs entirely to the firm. And since Julian is now the majority shareholder, it's his project. Julian leaned back in his chair, adjusting his Rolex. Exactly. Leo doesn't even have a degree in structural engineering. He's just a tracer. I clicked open my father's old briefcase. Actually, I said, my voice calm and steady, Dad left me something specific to read today if you tried to claim the Meridian Tower. I pulled out a thick roll of blueprint paper wrapped in a faded blue ribbon. Victoria laughed out loud. Oh, a drawing. How precious. Are you going to hang it on your fridge, Leo? Mr. Vance did not laugh. His face turned entirely pale as I unrolled the blueprint across the table. It wasn't just a design. Attached to the back was a legally binding, notarized patent registration dated 2 months before my father's passing. What is the meaning of this? Julian snapped, his smug smile faltering. This is the original architectural copyright for the Meridian Tower, I explained, sliding a copy of the